The Sonic films are connected, and I'm not just saying that because Vista Red's 2022 sequel may, according to social media, set up a Sonic cinematic universe. It is because the last time I was in a cinema was back in February 2020, seeing the first Sonic film, during a weekday, or my own. This time, I went with cat food, and a few other people sat a distance away from us. Okay, seriously. The gang, including Robotnik and then some, are back in this sequel, but was it any good? Let's take a look. The story is fairly simplistic like before, even the tone is very similar, but the story uses more references from the games, and not just Sonic the Hedgehog 2 of the Genesis/Mega Drive from 1992. It starts out with the return of Robotnik and Sonic trying to be a hero, except people are not exactly sure if he does a good job of it, even Tom and Maddie, who love him to bits, despite his antics and sneaking out. He is a kid after all. Robotnik's return is complicated further with the appearance of Red Echidna and Knuckles, but hopefully two-tailed fox miles per hour, Tails, can help the Blue Blur in a quest that concerns the Master Emerald, a powerful item connected to Longclaw and the Echidna tribe who attacked her before. The connections to the previous film are more interesting than you may think. In fact, there's a little more context to Tails' surprise appearance. As time went on, and there seemed to be at least one or two trailers, I deliberately avoided those, which helped with not knowing what would happen. Suffice it to say, those who liked the Sonic games will probably be pleased to see how Tails and Knuckles do in this film and how they develop. Jim Carrey is still Jim Carrey here, but I've warmed to his portrayal of Robotnik/Eggman over time. It was also said that the humans don't really feature in the film that much, with a focus on Sonic and the other game characters. While that is really what we want to see the film for, the human characters get much to do. In fact, shout out to Maddie's sister Rachel, she's fun to watch. The only problem I mostly had with the story is that the pacing felt more uneven than the first film. It took a bit of time to get going, and it felt like the film was going on and on and on, but it was generally entertaining from start to finish. It will be entertaining again, especially for a younger audience in regards to its humour. There is a redoing of the bar scene from the first film, which is fun, but it gave up "we've done this before" vibes. Plus at one point, Sonic himself gets criticised in the film for telling too many jokes. The visual effects are still terrific. Again, director Jeff Fowler shows his interest in this area of filmmaking. The redesign of Sonic still lives on, and Tails and Knuckles look very faithful to the games, and also blend into the live action. If you thought Sonic spin dashing through a vehicle in the first film was fun, you ain't seen nothing yet. The action scenes are great, with Sonic and Knuckles especially using moves that seem to be references to the 3D games. The final action scenes, though, felt like they were trying too much to be a Marvel film or even Ghostbusters, but they are still fun, regardless of what may be the potential plan for a Sonic cinematic universe. The music is similar to before in terms of relying on pop culture tracks, which I don't necessarily like, but it's not too bothersome. There is at least one nod to the game's music, heard on a phone, that made me briefly tilt my head back and smile. Also, the acting is good across the board again. Ben Schwartz, James Marsden, Jim Carrey, and Tika Sumpter do a good job. Also, Colleen, sorry I cannot pronounce your last name, reprises her voice of Tails not only from the previous film, but the Sonic franchise overall, and is great. Idris Elba is interesting as Knuckles. I've heard Knuckles to not have that deep of a voice in the games, so I'm not sure exactly if this is too much of a departure, but Elba does a good job as well. Overall, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is a fun, entertaining, and, depending on the demographic of people watching, humorous romp. Even Cat Food, who accompanied me, says so. The energy of a few people watching with us made it good actually, especially the reaction to the ending. In that regard, Sonic fans will still like this a lot. The references to the games that are integral to the story are so good, that alone makes the film better than the first one, though it's almost hard to tell. It felt just as fun as before, maybe a little more so. It feels a bit less like live action film with a video game mascot who tries to understand what humans do, and it proves that video game to film adaptations can still work. There is a little untapped potential still in regards to how one may view the humour, fairly simple storytelling, references that the average viewer may not get, pop culture style music, and even the target demographic mostly being the kids. Still, if you like Sonic games, liked the first film, or are up for a suitably entertaining 2 hours in the cinema, which felt surreal mind you, with the visuals and booming sound 2 years later, you may want to check out Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know what you thought of the film, even later when it comes out April 8th in other parts of the world. Later on this month of April, I intend to review more Sonic games, so stay tuned for that. Have a good day or night or whatever it is, and gotta go fast? Evidently I didn't. Sorry this video was a bit late, but still, that's the end. Bye.